Hello, Akko here again. Welcome to episode 21 of my Ultimate Feed the Beast Beginner's Guide. I'm up on the roof, well, the wall here. Having a look there. That's working quite nice. Eight adult cows was a bit too much. This was getting too full of baby cows. So I got rid of a couple of them. I've got baby cows in there. 6 adult cows producing baby cows. It's all good. If we jump down here, we still haven't made a book yet, and I've set this a little bit wrong. We still haven't made a book, that's all. So it is really slow. You see, it's up to 1125, so not ideal. This will put the book automatically out. I forgot about that. For some reason, I thought it was like the other ones, like these auto eject. I'm pretty sure that don't auto eject. I need to check on my main Let's Play. I'm pretty sure that needs to be pumped out of there, but I'm only pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. I think that needs pumping out of there. So if that's the case, I'll just add a wooden pipe and or tacket gate. A bit noisy up here. There's something else I want to do while I'm down here. This seems to be working very nice. It's looking good. What I've done is I made another redstone energy cell, and I'm going to charge this up, and I want to see what that did when. There we go. Look at that. That's there's your max then. 400 MB a tick. And it's putting a straight 80 MJ a tick into that. That could accept 100. So it's not quite willing to push it at its max. So what's that doing with the steam? The steam's maintaining its volume, that's good. So I don't know if that's getting more because it's got these extra on. It's got 5 inputs, so 400 wouldn't make a great deal of sense of 5 inputs, would it? Maybe. Yeah, that's going to charge that up nice. The reason why I want this one charging up is I've got my filler in my bag there. It's just useful to have a redstone energy cell if it's to use on your filler or whatever else. So I made a second one, so we can leave the first one there all the time. Anytime we need to actually borrow one or to use one elsewhere, we've got one, which makes a bit more sense than stealing that one. Stealing the one you've got is good to start with, but looks like we've got full seeds in our thing now because we're getting some in here. Stealing one is good to start with, but once you've got enough resources to make a second one, it makes sense to make a second one. So I've got on with that. Still got well, we've done that, haven't we? Animal and plant. We can cover that. Industrial blast furnace, industrial electrolyzer. I'm thinking I've only got one bit of feedback so far from whether I should switch to 1.5.1. I think it's going to be a good idea to actually switch. There's a lot of things that are going to be different, and doing the beginner's guide with the most up-to-date version, even if it's a beta version, I think makes more sense than doing it with what's essentially from after today going to be an out-of-date version of both Minecraft and Feed the Beast. So I think I'm going to switch. So it looks like we're not going to get much further in this world, because switching will mean restarting the world. So it looks like we're not going to get this, but these are the next things that I've been going for. Industrial blast furnace, industrial electrolyzer, just to get me some titanium ingots. That's reason why we need them is if we look at quarry, there's a quarry, takes diamond gears, gold gears, iron gears, an advanced circuit, and this thing, diamond drill, these diamonds, a mining drill, advanced circuit, and 2 titanium plates. That's the stumbling block. That's what GregTech's done to this. This is a buildcraft recipe for the quarry, but all that's buildcraft apart from the circuit and the diamond drill are IC2, industrial craft, and the diamond drill, because GregTech's is add-on for industrial craft, we've got in titanium plates, which needs an industrial electrolyzer to process bauxite to create titanium dust, then an industrial blast furnace to cook the dust into titanium ingots, and the plate bending machine that you've seen we've already got will turn them into plates. So the plate bending machine bit's alright, but the reason why we need an industrial blast furnace, you may be thinking, well, we've got a blast furnace. Well, we have, but blast furnaces have a particular temperature they can do, and I think it's 1500 degrees. And if we look at titanium, it's in a titanium ingot, so that guy there, oops, I just think I rubbed my bike on my shoulder, I apologise. That guy there actually make it with diamonds, can you? That's interesting. I might have to give that a look. We had that other recipe that said we got steel out of that, but that was a similar one but with iron. That might... It's kind of magic how diamonds become titanium, I suppose, but that might be a way of getting titanium without doing that. That's what's really good to know. Right, so this furnace is not 1500. If you look at... Let's do this the right way. Look at steel, what this blast furnace can do. What that type of blast furnace can do. Let's look at steel, and let's look at blast furnace. Loud of me. Big yawn there for some reason. Industrial blast furnace. 1000k. Okay, so it looks like steel needs 1000k. If we go back to titanium, then titanium needs 1500k. So 1500k, for that we need the industrial blast furnace. So that's why it's gated by that. I don't think I've got 5 diamonds. No, I've got 4. That's close but far. That might have been a way to do that then, but no matter. Right, what I'm going to do this episode, someone asked in comments to do a little bit more thaumcrafty stuff, so I want to kind of run through a few things with thaumcraft. Most of the time when you see one of these guys, a crucible, it's got a thing called alembics on the side. A bit more advanced. What alembics do is, currently when we make something, if anything we put in there, it'll have target things on. So for example, that's just got solemn, I think that is. Cobblestone's got fractus and whatever that rock one is. I forget the names of some sometimes. Saxum, I think. If we was making something that required saxum and we used cobble to do it, then we'll get some fractus put into the atmosphere. That's the explosive one there, is fractus. What alembics do, they capture the excess and then you can put it into vials. So you've probably seen people set up with jars full of liquid everywhere. That's what they get them. You've got 4 sides to do that, but I've done something a little bit different. I've put behind here, I'm just going to get rid of a bit of this smooth stone. I put an aqueous accumulator down there, and I put a couple of bits of liquid ducts. What that does is that feeds me water into there. So if I use my wand, so normally you have to set up a golem to refill your water back up. Doing it this way means you lose one side for an alembic, so you don't need to have maximum of 3 alembics on. But if I get rid of that, the easiest way of getting rid of that and making something useful is if we get a bit of zombie flesh, should do it. A little bit of zombie flesh. In fact, no, let's do it with something cleaner. No, I want some normal meat. I don't think I've got any normal meat yet. I will have at the other place. Let's just go grab that real quick. Oh yeah, on our chest. Why are you not killing him? I'm gonna get attacked. Oh, it did kill him. Excellent. Get off me, damn spider. Getting out of here before any creepers come. Oops, stuck under a little bit of decoration there. Right, what normal beef's got is 4 corpus. That's the pink thing that looks like a bit of, like I suppose a bit of meat on a bone. What we can do is let's just throw one of them in there. Like so. Missed. Always bloody miss. Try again, idiot. One of them in there. That's got a bit of corpus in there. You can see it's got something in there because it's bubbling, different colour. See there's clear bubbles. Hit that with a 1 now. We'll get a thing called magic tallow. That's what you can use corpus for. You can use that for making tallow golems or making candles, some other things. But see, I just stepped in there, it's gone pink. I stepped in there and it put a bit of my toe in there, so that's got a bit of... If you stand above your crucible, it'll start to burn. See, it's damaging me. That's actually putting corpus in there as well, so if we want enough though, only put 1 in. You see what's happening is the aqueous accumulator is just filling that up, so you don't have to worry about filling it up with buckets, which is quite irritating early on. Now I may later on want 4 alembics and change that, but I kind of do like that. So I maybe would stay that way as well. I'm just going to pinch 4 of them out of there, keep my wall looking tidy. Now I've done a little bit more research, And as you can see, I've got this little writing table here that I quite like. This is from v1.0.2. It's called a wooden desk. Very nice looking bit of furniture. Is it called a wooden desk? It's clearly not called a wooden desk, otherwise it'd be there. I'm sure it's, what's it called? Table? Desk. It's called, okay, it's the name of the wood. Oak desk. So I made an oak desk. Just some wood, some slabs, feather and a torch. I think it's this real nice little wood thing. And what I've got on there is my thaumanomicon, just somewhere safe to keep it. You see when the thaumanomicon's in there, I can just right click onto the table and it'll put it onto it there. Ooh, stop falling, that idiot. So I've got somewhere safe to put it. It looks quite nice. That's from v1.0.2, same place that these are from. So I can also, what you can also do is you can put books on the back, and they'll stack up books on the back of it. It looks quite nice. So if you look at the picture there's got one with full books on the back, so that's what it would look like if it was full. Very nice little bit of decor. So what I'm going to do is grab my thaumanomicon, and I've done a little bit off camera. Now, that's not right. I ain't done all that at all. It's showing us a full... What's going on? That's wrong. That's showing like I've completed all the research, but I haven't. So I don't know what's gone wrong there. I really haven't done all this research, so no idea what's happened there. Something's broken. You're meant to have to do all this research a bit at a time, so God knows what's gone on there. Well, that's this episode messed up because I was going to do a bit of research. What I've done is I've done Nitro, Elementum, Basic Transmutation, Thaumium, Magic Building Blocks. You saw me do Enchanted Fabric, Thaumategel before. I did the Thaumometer, and then the next thing you can do after you've done all them is it let me go for Unified Thaumic Field Theory, which I started to do. Now, before I thought you had to do all these transmutations, but it let me start doing that. That's maybe where it went wrong. These two were lit up, even though I hadn't done these things here, because this is kind of gated. You can't get to any of this lower stuff until you've done that one. I'm just going to break the camera, relog a bit, and see what my issue is. See if I can sort that out. Well, I'm back, and I can't work out what's going on here. It's it seems I've got a creatively spawned thaumanomicon, which I never remember I never spawned in. I did try and go in creative yesterday to get a waypoint to the, for the world download. I did try and change a couple of things and try and go into creative just to find out where, so I could do TPX0 and try and teleport to the initial spawn, but it didn't work anyway, so I took myself back out. But maybe that being in creative for that like 30 seconds or so, maybe change that book into a creatively spawned one, because it's got all the research complete. I was going to show you this this research. It's Unified Thaumic Field Theory. It's what I was on with. I've done 2 bits of it there, you see. Aqua and Cognito, and I wrote on the wall there the rest of the bits for it. Now, there's a couple of sites I use. The first time I did thaumcraft 3, I did all the research manually by guesswork, and I thought it was quite fun once. The second time I did it, it just gets tedious a little bit quick. So I used 2 websites, 2 web pages. They're both on the wiki.feedthebeast.com. One of them, if you just put in, if you go in Google FTB wiki and then type in search by aspects, that'll get you one of the pages. And what that does, it breaks down what each thing is by what aspects are needed for it. So if you look in, if you ever look in our book there, for example, Thaumium, to do the research, you actually need similar kind of bits to that. Precantatio, Metallum. So check real quick, make sure I've got that right. So I've just tabbed out just for a sec. Thaumium, yeah, it takes exchange as well. So it doesn't just take them, it takes Metallum, Precantatio, and it takes exchange, which is the one you get off eggs, which that one there, the 2 little green arrows. So that's what we use to make that. But you can just check which things you want, like magic tallow, for example. Magic tallow is, oops, where's magic tallow? There it is. Magic tallow, and that just takes corpus to make it, but to actually do the research for it, that takes corpus and ignis. And ignis is the fire one that you get on coal, stuff there. So the one there looks like a flame. That's kind of from my plans all out of whack. I was going to do some research. I'm going to do the research for this one still. So ore, ignis, precantatio, solemn, tempus mutatio. So what I generally start to do is I get a chest near where my thing is, and I start putting things in the chest that are good for aspects. For example, cobblestone is for fractus and saxum, then to one there. Charcoal is good for ignis, and the light blue one there, I can never remember the name of. It's called, oh, I can't remember. That leads me to the other site that I use. On the same wiki, type in list of aspects in the same place. That'll give you what. So if you wanted to find out what had that little blue symbol there, you can look down the list and it'll show you everything that in the game that's got that. So that's quite useful. So what we want at the minute is we want precantatio, which is the magic wand, and just do a bit of that. We're also getting solemn there. So if you look at that, we've got precantatio and solemn. So this chiseled sandstone, we've got both of them, which is nice. So keep doing them until you get the shiny bit round it, and then we're going to need that can go back in there. So can that. Let's keep them out of there for now. So we're missing ignis, so I want that charcoal. Get the ignis off this. There we go. And at some point when you're doing research, this will turn from gobbledygook into English. So this apparently gives clues, but it's a bit subtle. You can see how the magical, elemental and natural worlds will all fit together. Knowledge could prove invaluable. And it's once I had two of these things and it was telling me what it was. So the first things I put in was aqua and cognito. I got them both from paper. So if you look at paper, that's got aqua and it's got cognito, which is the book one. So that got me both of them. So I put a stack of paper in there. There's the remainder of the stack of paper. I accidentally researched one of the bee ones earlier, so that's why I've got bees in there, because bees are a good source of the insects one, which is the one to the left there. And is that, I think that might be aura that we need for this. Is aura that, I get mixed up. One of them's on, that's Velito, okay. I get Velito and aura look a bit similar. They're both on arrows, are they? No, they're both on feathers. So let's see what we've got in the way of feathers. There we go. You see, they look a little bit similar. I get mixed up with them too now and again. One of them's called Velito, one of them's called aura. So the Velito is the one on the left, aura is the one on the right, and the one in the middle there is called Bestia, or Beastia. Let's use some of these. You'll see, there we go. It's getting us the aura. That's why I like to have a chicken farm, so I've got plenty of feathers. There is something else that gives that. I think it's maybe grass. Grass blocks might give you that. Let's have a quick look. Well, once you get used to what does what, a few things, you get to learn it a bit, what to use. Let's say the cheapest starting off for magic is chiseled sandstone. Once you've got any kind of enderman farm, the cheapest for getting magic becomes ender pearls, really. Because once you've got a proper enderman grinder going on, then you've got like unlimited. No, how do we even get grass? Do I have to silk touch it? No. That's just going to get me seeds, not grass, is it? I think I have to silk touch that maybe, which I can't do at the minute. Or do I use shears? I suppose I could try shears. I'm meant to be teaching you, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I will just try shears really quick, but like I say, I just use feathers for that. And I like to get a chicken farm going anyway. So let's just see if this actually works. I don't know if it will. Sometimes shears can get stuff that other stuff don't get you. There we go. Grass, and it does have that on. So grass has got, or is that Velito? Which one was which? The shears do that. That must be in the back of my memory somewhere, because I've never really cut grass for any reason. So which one was that? That's Aura. Yeah, that is Aura. So we could have used grass for that. Excellent. So there's a cheap source of that. Just get some shears, cut yourself some grass if you ain't got no feathers. And the only other one we need there is Tempest. Tempest is a bit of a tricky one. It's not used for much. You can make a clock, but a clock takes redstone and gold. There's your clock recipe. You see there, it's got, you can actually see an NAI as well, which is quite useful. So if you mouse over something up here, it doesn't show it, but if you mouse over something in here, like gold has got metallum and precious one, I can't remember what it's called. Redstone's got a couple of wear type ones. The one there on the left, I get that from buttons, 'cause buttons are cheap, especially when you've got a wood farm. There you go, buttons have that. But some of the things have got Tempest. One's a clock, but 4 gold for every one of them is a bit harsh. I believe redstone repeater has it. It does look, redstone repeater has one. That's a bit cheaper. That's just stone, torches and redstone. So I'm going to make myself 16 or so of them. So let's grab a stack and a half of that. Screw it, let's make a few. And redstone, torches and redstone, so I'm going to want... And I don't, in fact, what the hell do I want that many for? I don't want that many at all. Let's just make 16, that'll do. So I want 32 torches. And I want another 16 redstone. So, plenty of sticks. I've still got plenty of sticks, so I've not got enough sticks. So, let's grab some wood. And then once you've got all this, then you won't have to keep doing it, because that's why you want a chest near your thaumcraft area that you can put things in there that you're just going to use for this. There we go, 16 of them, and then 16 of them in there. Okay, 16 redstone repeaters, and we can use them in there for our Tempest. Nice and cheap. There we go. And mutation, one last thing. Mutation is why I stressed about getting some nether wart. So looking here, I've got 30 nether wart. I cut a bit down earlier on this morning from over there, that little patch of nether wart we've got. It looks like it's grown back. I'll go get some more. What that does for us, if you look at nether wart, it's got the mutation one there, the one on the end. You can get it from a couple of other places, but nether wart it just grows once you've got it. So as soon as you've been to the nether, you can get that. So there we go. Unified thaumic theory. A couple of good things that does. We can't learn it because we've already got it because our book's broke. But that's how we would have learnt that. And so let's just, instead of making something, let's just go through a few things that are useful. So that was how you make that. And then once you've made that, you can see that if you click on it, what that does, it gives you the ability to make a better wand. So we can make a better wand. So let's just do that then. Let's make another wand. I'm going to want a gold nugget, which we've got one there. And we're going to want a stick, which we've got one there. And we're going to want a shard. I'll take a green one. Doesn't really matter. And what we need now is one of each colour. That, and that. And if we look in the book there, infusion altar, that says. Now up to now we haven't used an infusion altar. Up to now we've only used an arcane workbench. So this is something else we need to make. This is your other crafting bench for thaumcraft. And for that we need some warded stone blocks. So I can't actually make this one that I want to make just yet. Let's dump some stuff into there. Let's get rid of all that junk. Just dumping everything for now. I'll sort this out later. Now, what we need to do is we're going to need some warded stone. So let's look at a recipe for that. Magical building blocks. not warded stone, sorry, warded stone's more advanced. What we need is magical building blocks. So that's just stone, thorium ingots, get us 8 of them. We need 4 to make a table. If you look on the next page here, so always look on the little arrow down here, there's the next page. Show you some other things you can make. Arcane wood blocks, using normal wood, or using, you get more for less using actual great wood, which is a thaumcraft tree. Then this third page, this thing here, mystical constructs, 4 arcane stone blocks, and that indicates that it needs 25V out your wand. So that means you need to click on it once you've got them in there, and that's what we need to make. That's called an infusion altar. It doesn't really tell you there, but that is called an infusion altar. It says stuff about them up here. Nope. So that's how you make that. So that's kind of hidden in there. So that's, some people get a little bit confused. You always got, whenever you research something new, see if it's got other pages. Good example of that is the warded stone and doors. There's that's your basic warded stone. Then next page you've got warded glass. Then you've got warded doors, arcane doors, and then keys to get access to the doors, stuff like that. So there's a lot of extra stuff on extra pages there. So we're gonna need 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, oops, 16 of them, and I believe 2 iron ingots. So let's just grab some iron ingots. Is that right? Or is it 4 iron ingots? I'm just going to do this a bit shabbily and just throw it in. I think it's going to be 4 iron ingots, isn't it? Let's have a double check. What we need is 4 thaumium. Thaumium, 1 ingot gets you 8 metallum, and 4 bits of sand gets you, so 8 and 4 of them. Yeah, that's right. So that's the right ratio I've got there. So what we can do is we can throw them in there. 16 of them, 4 of them. Now hit that with our wand. There we go. 4 thaumium ingots, and now all we need is 5 bits of stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Craft these in our arcane work table, like so. Oops. And we need a wand in there to be able to craft that. 8 arcane stone blocks. Excellent. What we do with this is we don't have anywhere to put it because of the way we've set our base up. Where the hell can I put this? I suppose I could move them. It's going to go here. So if I put them on the floor there, 4 of these, and then they're just still blocks, and then if it hit it with that, that's now a crafting table, and that's a crafting table we need to make this arcane wand was going to make. So let's put them. So I think is it red, blue, green across the bottom, RBG that way I think, and we need a wand in there to see that as well. That's not correct. If it was correct, it shows some aspects under there. So let's just check in our book again. Red, green, blue, yellow. Red, green, RGB. I did it wrong bloody way. Red, green, blue, yellow. There we go. And now because it's the right way, you can see faintly there flashing 16 precantatio is needed. So now we need another 16 of these. Throw them in there. And if that's in range, which it should be, it is. There you go, you can start to see, can you see the precantatio floating across? You've got a little graphic saying that the precantatio in that crucible is supplying this arcane infuser, what's it called again? What's the damn thing called? It's called, what we're making? We're making a wand, infusion altar, bloody hell. You can see it's feeding that, so we've got 16 precantatio in there. And boosh, there goes a wand of the adepts. Now the difference you can see between these two is that one currently holds 16, well 18, 20 is going up. That holds a maximum of 50V. This one holds 250. So some of the more advanced recipes are going to take more than 50V to make. So look, that one takes 66 in the infusion altar. So we wouldn't be able to make that if we only had an apprentice wand. That one wouldn't be good enough. That's maxed at 50, so that can never make whatever we just looked at there. Was it an arcane brain in a jar? That can never make that. You need to upgrade your ones. And the other upgrade you can do further along would be the Theory of Everything, and that lets you upgrade it to a one that holds 1000 V. That takes the full 250 of your current wand, and it needs a nether star from a wither. That gives you one that gets 1000 V. So that's what you need to do the big stuff like move nodes around using a crystal cluster. So it's like, since we've magically cheated all this researching, I'll show you what I would make. Now, I generally make goggles of revealing. You can add these to your power suit helmet, but they're slightly different. If you look here, you can add an aura meter that uses a hologram emitter, and you have to make some goggles revealing. What that'll do, that'll give you the little aura meter down here that shows you how much aura and flux there is. What it doesn't do though is, when you're actually wearing proper goggles revealing, if you was to look at this for example, and it had some aspects in it, looking at them with the proper goggles on, it'll show you what have a little show what the aspects are above it. When you do it with the helmet, it doesn't show that, but they're still pretty useful. And then these things are all damn useful. Axe of the Stream I really like. Axe of the Stream is a wonderful tool. What it does is, if you want to chop a tree down, you just hit any part of wood on the tree, and what it'll do is, instead of chopping the bit of wood you're hitting, it'll chop the furthest away bit of wood down and then bring it all to here. So all you've got to do is go to the base of a tree. Say this is a big tree here. Just keep hitting, just right click the bottom. Just keep right clicking the bottom, and it just bring all the tree down and bring all the wood straight to you. That's a really nice item. And then these are made off upgrading wands, so you have to make a wand first. The wands themselves are really sorted as well. The Sword of the Zephyr is good. Wand of Lightning is really good. Wand of Excavation and Equal Trade, I'd recommend everyone at least try them three out. Wand of Frost and Fire I don't use so much. I generally just stick with the Lightning one as a weapon. But them two, Excavation, Equal Trade. Equal Trade's quite easy to think that it's not really worth much at the beginning, but believe me, it's really good for quickly mining stuff like Endstone, or quickly changing your base. If I had a Wand of Equal Trade, and I had loads of, say, marble in my inventory, what I could do is I could just click all this, and all this stone would become marble. I could change this whole base to marble in about 2 or 3 minutes, maybe less, just by using that one. So what we should make, actually, is that one. 4 arrows. Potentia, that's what that one's called. Okay. So for this, we're going to need 3 of them, and we're going to need another basic wand. We'll use that basic wand. I need to make another wand, really, but stick them in our altar. Wand. 3 of them. So we need 4 arrows. So we've got some there. Arrows, I've got that arrow symbol on, 1 each. And then Potentia, it's on there, it's 2 on each one. And how many did we need? We needed 16, so we need 8 of them. That was awkward, wasn't it? Bloody thing. Go in there. 8 of them. Should let us make a Wand of Lightning. Need to put a wand in there to be able to do it. There we go, Wand of Lightning. Excellent. Now if you had 30 levels, I'd enchant that straight away, but I've only got 4. Ideally, when you enchant a wand, you want something called charging on it, and what that'll do is it's like the same as repair. It'll repair itself up to local aura. Need something to kill. Hello, spider. You'll do. There you go, lightning wand. Little bit of Palpatine for you. A couple of enchants you want to get on one of these is charging 1, like I say, repairs it, and potency 3 makes it do a lot more damage. So it really is a good ranged weapon. It kind of eclipses a bow by quite a long way once you've got one. Can't fire it as far as a bow, so I do carry a bow still as well. So if you look over here, that's not reaching them sheep. Whereas my bow certainly could reach them sheep. I mean, a bow goes as far as your arrow goes. For sheep. Get closer though. Getting a bit closer. Where do you go? You'll do. That's stuck under a bloody tree. going on there? I think they're stuck in that block. You can see this one's took some damage already. If it had the charging thing, it'd regen, so I'm probably not going to use that. I'm probably going to save that until I can enchant it, see if I get regen on it. So, yeah, what are the good things we've got? Let's have a little stand up here. Look at some of the things you might want to make. Warded stone and stuff really good for making impregnable castles or mage towers that just look really magey. They're pretty good. Magic mirror's pretty cool. You can throw things in one, it'll come out the other, a bit like an ender chest, but just one that's placed against a wall. Portable hole's cool. You need ender pearl, some enchanted fabric for that. And you need some ender pearls for this alienis aspect to actually make it as well. That's pretty good. Boots of the Traveller are excellent if you haven't got modular power suit. Arcane Levitator, good way of getting up and down without having to have stairs. Then stuff like Brain in a Jar can collect XP. Combine that with this guy down here, an advanced golem, the iron golem, and upgrade him with a thing called a golem vaser. Means he can kill mobs and he'll be granted XP. The vaser makes it so that he gets XP. And then one of them nearby, Brain in a Jar, that'd collect the XP. So you've got a little XP grinder system set up there. Our golems are all pretty useful. And then here's the upgrades for the golems all over here, make them look cool. And then down this way we've got crystal clusters. What they do, they generate V. So if you're using a lot of V in your thaumcraft area, getting as many of them as you can on the walls will create more, but they also create flux. Once they've maxed out, what they'll do is they'll create V to fill your V back up. So if you've got like 300 or 400, they'll create that to help it get back up to 400. Once it gets to 400, they'll start going overcharge, and then that'll start creating flux. So these things they're called capacitors. You can use them to actually store all that extra, and it doesn't create flux so much. And that thing there can move nodes, and that's like a quarry, but I never found them good enough to use myself yet. They strip the aura really quick, so for long-term mining, they look good, but for long-term mining, I'd rather use a quarry. I think it's less hassle. Yeah, loads of good stuff. And in Infernal Furnace, so much flux for me. If you run everything through one of them, you create loads of flux all the time, and it's not really, you can't really get rid of it quick enough. Can I? A little bit of tree up there. So I think my plans for this episode have been a bit scuppered by my thaumanomicon being full for some unknown reason. So I'm going to call it an episode there. Make it probably a bit of a short one. I've been babbling a bit, so it might not be as short as I think it is, but I'm pretty sure it's not a full-length episode. So, as always, thank you very much for watching this Thaumcrafty based episode, and I shall see you next time. Cheers! Bye!